Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the R&J Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the R&J Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the R&J Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
A beautiful Wednesday evening where we're excited to be broadcasting some Babe Ruth baseball. Tonight's matchup will feature the visitors on the scoreboard at the Northern Cass Express, where they're coming to town to take on the home team, the Kindred Vikings. Northern Cass comes to town with a record of 6-13. The Vikings are 11-2 on the year. Starting lineups have hit the field. And you can see the Kindred Vikings are coming out right now. This is how the Northern Cass Express are going to go. Wyatt Rusted leading off. He's catching. Brody Zeski a shortstop. Riker Stroman playing center. Atticus Geetson playing first base. Tyler Richmeyer at third. Aiden Dixon pitching. Ike Bush in left. Jamison Severson in left. Grayson Murch in right. For the Vikings, it's Schliemann at second, Isaac Johnson at third, Carter Gronwald at short, Eli Mack in right, Jack Savageau in center, Alex Iverson catching, Trayton Teberg at first, Jacob Lindemann in left, and Sam Bernier on the mound. Once again, Northern Cass coming to town with a 6-13 record to take on the home team, Kindred Vikings, who are 11-2. We'll step away for 2 minutes as the national anthem is underway right now.
Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. Josh Almaris alongside Mike Bernier on a beautiful Wednesday evening. The heat wave has lifted and it's 66 degrees, almost hooded sweatshirt weather. I say almost, I'm wearing a hooded sweatshirt. Mike, how's it going?
Very good. I'm looking forward to some Babe Ruth baseball tonight. And this Kindred Babe Ruth team is fun to watch, and I'm looking forward to good things again this year for this team.
The Kindred Vikings are the defending state champions. Of course, they were the North Dakota Class B Babe Ruth champions last year, and they're off to a great start this year. They're 11-2, 5-1 in league play. They are playing host to Northern Cass, who is 6-13, 3-7 in league play. These two teams have played earlier this year up in Gardner. The Kindred Vikings defeated Northern Cass by scores of 19-0 and 15-2. Here in Kindred, we're set for another league game to start things off here. It'll be followed by a 5-inning non-conference game. Once again, Northern Cass will have the following batting order: Wyatt Rusted, Brody Zeski, and Riker Stroman. Cleanup man is Atticus Geetson. Tyler Richmeyer, Aiden Dixon, Ike Bush, and Jamison Severson, followed by Grayson Murch is their 9 coming to the plate. For the Vikings, on the mound is Sam Bernier. His catcher is Alex Iverson. At first is Trayton Teberg. At second is Jackson Schleem. Third base is Isaac Johnson. And shortstop is Carter Gronwald. First pitch at 5:59. Going to be a called strike by home plate ump Gareth Hansen. Josh Michelson on the base paths. Sam Bernier, a little bit more on him in just a second. Second pitch is a pop fly out to second base. That's Schliemann who catches that, and just like that, we have out number one. In the outfield for the Vikings is Jacob Lindemann in left, Jack Savageau in center, and Eli Mack out in right field. Sam Bernier on the bump. He has pitched 5 innings on the season, now 5 1/3. He's 1-0, hasn't walked anybody, struck out 3, and has a 1.4 ERA. Nothing but strikes from the young man so far as Brody Zeski falls that one back. Moves to an 0-1 count. Sam Bernier kicks and delivers. Ball inside. Sam Bernier faces Brody Zeski, the number 2 hitter for the Express. This one going to be a ball taken up high. He's 1-1. What kind of a mix are we looking for here in Sam Bernier, Mike?
Throws a lot of fastballs, still working on that curveball, trying to change speeds a little bit.
There's a ball hit out to left center field and falls in front of center fielder Jack Savageau for a base hit. So it'll be Brody Zeski who reaches on a single. Zeski bats .643 with a .680 on base percent. He leads the team in batting and shows in that first swing exactly why that is. Brody Zeski with a strong batting average. Usually they say you get into the 300s, that's pretty good. He's going to try and steal second. That throw is going to go out to second baseman, who's backing up there. So Brody Zeski steals second. As I was saying, over 300 is good. I would say in the 600s is pretty solid. Wouldn't you think so, there, partner?
I think so. You got to work on these sort of hitters, and as you're going through the lineup, you got to be careful of the 1 through 4 hitters traditionally. But in a lot of lineups, everybody's a good hitter.
Riker Stroman swings through that one. It's going to be a 1-2 count with 1 out, and Zeski on second base. Zeski .643, batting average .688 on base percent. He has 18 hits, 2 of them are doubles. This one's fouled back. And now batting is Riker Stroman. He's hitting .320 for the Express. He has a .452 on base percentage. Sam Bernier sets, looks at second, and delivers. This one swung on and missed. It'll be a strikeout for Bernier, his first of the day and 4th of the season. 2 outs here in the top of the first as Atticus Gietzen, the first baseman, wears number 33, steps into the box with his .385 batting average. Leads the team in RBIs, 7 of them. RBI opportunity for Gietzen right now. Nice block there by Alex Iverson to keep Zeski at second. That's a swing and a miss as Gietzen's behind that.
That was a big strikeout for Sam out there. You got a guy hitting in the 600s, and you got a runner in scoring position with a 1 out. To get him out is a key out.
There's the 1-1 ball inside. That's 2-1 for Gietzen. Gietzen with an early RBI opportunity for the Express. Takes a ball there. Looked like a good pitch. Alex Iverson explains to his coach that the call was inside. Moves the count to 3-1. Sam Bernier looks at second, works a ground ball. Is it going to go up the middle? Hops over the glove of Schliemann. Going to be a no throw at the plate. T-Berg throws, Savageau throws to T-Berg, and Atticus Gietzen picks up his 8th RBI of the season on that single. Ground ball up the middle, going to be a hit. Jackson Schliemann moved over, would have been a very tough play. It bounced over his glove, and as we said, Gietzen picks up his 8th RBI. So a combination that the Express are very much used to. Zeski hitting .643, stole second, and RBI man Atticus Gietzen does what he's been doing all year and lengthens his team leading RBIs to 8. Another nice block there by Alex Iverson for the Vikings. Tyler Richmeyer wears number 13, plays third base. has a 1-1 count. He's hitting 300 on the year with a .533 on base percent. Swings and hits that one up the middle. Can that one be knocked down? Nice play by shortstop Carter Gronwald, and he throws on a T-Berg. Fantastic play there by Gronwald, ranging deep to his left and taking away a base hit. Great play by Gronwald. Gronwald to T-Berg is how the Vikings are going to end things here in the top of the first, but the Express do get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 guy on base, and after 1/2 inning of play, it's the Express 1 and the Vikings coming to the plate.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Hey fans, welcome back into the press box here in Kindred, North Dakota on a beautiful Wednesday evening where we've got District 7 Babe Ruth baseball action. Take a look at the Northern Cass Express defensively. Aiden Dixon on the bump for the Express. He's pitched 7 2/3 innings. Struck out 10, walked 12. He's got an ERA of 10. So he's a strikeout guy, but has representation that he might be a little bit wild. We'll see how under control Aiden Dixon is here tonight. His battery mate is Wyatt Rusted. At first base for the Express is Atticus Geetson. He's got the run batted in today. Jamison Severson at second, Tyler Richmeyer at third, and at short is Brody Zeski. He's got the only run in this early game. Ike Bush out in left. Center fielder is Riker Stroman, and it's Grayson Murch out in right. For the Vikings, they'll go Jackson Schliemann leading things off, Isaac Johnson, Carter Gronwald, and Eli Mack, the cleanup man. Jack Savageau bats 5, Alex Iverson 6, and the 7, 8, 9 men are Trayton Teberg, Jacob Lindeman, and Sam Bernier. Here's the full windup pitch from Aiden Dixon, taken as a strike by Jackson Schliemann. Schliemann bats .391. He's walked 10 times and has 8 stolen bases. The lefty leads it off here for the Vikings, pops out one out to shallow left field, and third baseman kind of just ran to his right there. Not much of an angle, but it'll fall as a foul ball on an 0-2 count here to Schliemann. Here's the pitch from Dixon inside for ball 1. Count goes to 1-2. Vikings once again 11-2 on this early part of the year. Nice block there by Rusted. Off to a good start, the Vikings are, following their state championship season last year. Here's the 2-2 to Schliemann. That one's curveball taken inside. The count runs full here. Schliemann's a .559 on base percent. Like you said, he's walked 10 times this year. Dixon's given up 12 walks. We'll see if Dixon can put a strike over. He does. Schliemann hits it over to the second baseman, who throws on to, nope, off the glove of Dixon. Going to be an error by the Express. Jamison Severson charged it. Threw over to Atticus Geetson. It's going to be an error. Mike, who are you giving that error to?
I think it's got to be on the throw. The second baseman had an easy play there, and you can't really give that to the first baseman. The throw was up the line and in the dirt, and not much the first baseman could have done there.
Air going to go to Severson, and that's going to put Schliemann aboard with Isaac Johnson up to the plate. An impressive .474 batting average for old IJ, as they call him. Used to be long-haired IJ. In fact, you know what? I've never heard anyone call him IJ. Have you, Mike? No, you haven't? No comment? Schliemann steals second standing up. Then he gets hit by the ball. He would be safe if it was dodgeball as well because he was on the base. Yeah, kickball. Dodgeball, I don't think there's a safe spot.
I think there's a base.
Yeah. So we haven't heard Isaac Johnson called IJ yet. But we'll see. Here's a fade across. Throws out in the center field. Schliemann takes 2 hard steps and then decides otherwise as Riker Stroman's out there backing things up.
So that was the first time that I forgot that I was running the camera and I was watching that play, and I forgot that everybody else might want to watch it as well.
Okay.
So I panned over.
Isaac Johnson leads the team with 12 RBIs, similar to Atticus Geetson, who had 7 RBIs leading his team and knocked one in. We'll see if Isaac Johnson can do that. Here's a slow roller to shortstop. Schliemann does a nice job of advancing on a third. Great base running there by Jackson Schliemann, and a productive out by Isaac Johnson. That'll bring up Carter Gronwald. He made a very nice play at short to end the top of the first. Gronwald did. He's batting .286 on the year. Here's the lefty trying to knock in Schliemann, who stands on third. Ball called there. Once again, Aiden Dixon on the mound for the Express. He leans in. He agrees with what Rusted gave him for a sign. He kicks and delivers. Ball taken up high. Runs the count to 2-0. Cartwright. We got a Carter Cartwright Gronwald. That one is, I think, a confirmed one, not a made-up one. How has nobody ever called Isaac Johnson IJ? It seems like a missed opportunity. Well, you know you're at home when you're getting barked at by Dan Nathan. Here's the 3-0 pitch with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. It's a ball taken up high. Carter Gronwald earns the freebie. And that brings up Eli Mack in his Star Wars themed walk-up song. The Mack truck driver himself drives on in with a Star Wars theme. Playing right field tonight, Eli is. He's batting .423 with 10 RBIs. He takes a strike. Runner goes down to second, cut off by the second baseman. Carter Gronwald's going to get a stolen base there. And Mack takes a strike. He's 0-1 in this early first at-bat. Not 0-4-1. This is his first at-bat. Here's the pitch. Swung on, pop back, go out of play. He'll be 0-2 here. Eli Mack once again comes in batting .423. He has 10 RBIs on the season. He can sneak up on IJ here with an RBI. Oh, no, excuse me. Teague Erdman leads the team with 14 RBIs. Isaac Johnson has 12. Carter Gronwald has 11. Jagger Jordheim and Eli Mack each with 10 RBIs. So Eli Mack has 2 ribbies out there. We'll see if he can bring him in. The count's 1-2. Here's the set from Dixon, the kick and the pitch. This one's hit to the shortstop, fielded on and thrown across. It's another 6-3 putout, but Mack does get an RBI on that. Scoring Schliemann. Good base running there by Carter Gronwald, and it'll be a 6-3 putout. So Schliemann scores, Gronwald moves to third, and Mack is retired for the second out in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Jack Savageau. Another lefty for the Vikings. Jack Savageau, center fielder, wears number 14. He's batting .391 on the year. Vikings have tied it up here in the first. Savageau chops that one to the right side. Second baseman has to go right through the wickets, and it'll be another error charged against Jamison Severson and the Express. It'll bring in Carter Gronwald. And the Vikings now have a lead 2-1.
A couple of big errors for Northern Castor, giving the Vikings a lead, and Vikings taking advantage. One thing about this Kindred Vikings team, a lot of speed up and down the lineup, and a good hitter. There isn't an easy out in this lineup.
Alex Iverson up to bat right now. He's hitting .333. Where's number 11? He takes a strike. Off-speed pitch there by Dixon. Yeah, you're right. Aiden Dixon has done a good job. He has, he's been throwing strikes. Leadoff man reached on an error. He got another out. He walked one guy in Carter Gronwald and then got a ground ball and another ground ball. This one's thrown out to the fence as Savageau's going to move on to at least second. They're going to round to go to third here. He gets the windmill from Coach Eggman, and he's going to stand up at third on that errant throw. So 3 errors here in the first inning for the Express. Vikings still haven't got a hit yet, but they do have 2 runs. Iverson hits that one out in the shallow center field. Can someone make a play on it? Oh, my goodness. What a phenomenal play by the shortstop there. Excellent run-saving catch out in center by Brody Zeski. Zeski has the only run for the Express and is showing off some leather there. He had an assist, and now a put-out. Has been a huge part of this game early on. Excellent play by Brody Zeski at short. The Vikings in the bottom half of the first inning get 2 runs on no hits. There were 3 Express errors and 1 Viking left on base after 1 complete. Vikings lead 2-1.
They have. Todd, our world certified public accountant, has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm Hungry is in the box right now, and her dad is broadcasting right now. So Josh Almaris alongside Mike Bernier and Hungry. I want to say hello to Evan Moe. Evan Moe, we hope you're listening and enjoying some Kindred Viking baseball here. Vikings playing host to Northern Cass. This first pitch goes to Aiden Dixon, the pitcher. He swings and misses. Mighty swing there by Aiden Dixon. They'll be followed by Ike Bush and Jamison Severson as Sam Bernier throws his second pitch just a little bit high. Moves the count to 1-1. Vikings lead 2-1. They have 2 unearned runs here. This one swung on and fouled back. Aiden Dixon now has a 1-2 count. Ike Bush, Jamison Severson, and Grayson Murch, the 6, 7, 8, 9 batters for the Express, are set to come to the plate. That ball's taken inside by Dixon. Once again, Sam Bernier works to Alex Iverson. Here's the kick, the pitch, and a ball taken just a little outside. Couple of balls by Bernier just barely missing. He's been right around the zone so far this game. There's a swing and a miss, and it'll be strikeout number 2 for Sam Bernier. His 4th and 5th strikeouts that he has earned on his season so far. Once again, Sam Bernier's thrown 5 innings coming into this game. And now batting will be Ike Bush, the left fielder who wears number 11. Ike bats .214, 7-hitter, takes a ball. Bernier comes, sets, kicks, and delivers. This one's fouled back. Hops over Alex Iverson and Gareth Hansen. Gareth Hansen, the umpire behind home. Josh Michelson on the base paths. They went with red today. Looking sharp. Strike taken there. And Ike Bush has a 1-2 count. Bernier. Ball just a little bit low. Ike sees a 2-2 count.
Looks like Bernier's attacking the zone, going after the hitters.
Ike watches a strike, and that'll be his first at bat, recorded in a strikeout. And Bernier picks up strikeout number 3. He's doubled his strikeout victims here in just 2 innings. Now batting will be Jamison Severson. Severson wears number 6. He's the second baseman. 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Vikings lead 2-1. Here's a swing and a ball popped up in the infield. Who's going to take it? Schliemann battles for it over his teammate Teberg. He calls it late and is able to make that catch. Quick inning for the Vikings. They get 3 up, 3 down as the Northern Cass Express get no runs on no hits. They leave nobody on base, and there were no Viking errors after 1 1/2 inning of play. It's the Vikings 2 and the Express 1.
Weather and sports from your community. Look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Hey fans, welcome back to Kindred as the Vikings will send their 7, 8, 9 batters to the plate. Trayton Teberg, Jacob Lindemann, and Sam Bernier. Once again, Aiden Dixon on the mound, and his battery mate is Wyatt Rusted. First pitch at the bottom of the second inning is Dixon working from the full. This ball is hit high out to Zeski, the shortstop, and of course he's making that play. He is a very good baseball player out at shortstop there. Boy, I've been impressed by Brody Zeski. Every out that the Express has made has Zeski written on it. Zeski threw to Gietzen for the first 2 outs and then made a phenomenal catch to end the top of the first. The bottom of the first, and now he starts things off with a nice catch out in shallow left off the bat of Trayton Teberg. Jacob Lindemann, the left fielder who wears number 7, comes to the plate batting .353. He has an 0-1 count, swings and hits this to Zeski. Why not? Zeski shuffles and throws. He's going to have an error charged to him on that one as first baseman Gietzen wasn't able to dig that. So Lindemann going to reach on an error. 4th error of the game for the Express. And that'll bring up number 9 man, the pitcher, Sam Bernier. He's hitting .348 on the season. Runner goes. Throw goes down to second base. And not in time as Jacob Lindemann's going to get a stolen base on that.
Tell you what, there's not an easy out. We talked about that earlier, up and down this lineup, and they all can run.
Sam Bernier will be followed by Jackson Schliemann. Once again, Lindemann on second base. Here's the pitch from Dixon. Curveball. That curves a little bit out. Looks like there's some rain starting to fall down here in Kindred. Kind of been the trend of the day. Not a lot of rain, just a little bit of spitting, as they say. A light drizzle, a mist.
Not quite sure how that last pitch didn't hit Sam.
He did he has moves like his dad. He looked like he was dancing in there and shaking the hips and got out of there. That ball's going to get by the catcher, and Jacob Lindemann's going to move on to third. Going to be a walk drawn by Sam Bernier. Going to bring up the leadoff man, Jackson Schliemann. First and third situation for the Vikings. Most likely we'll see Sam Bernier take off for second. Jackson Schliemann bats left. He's 0 for 1, but did reach on an error. Bernier takes off for second. Strike called. No throw as Bernier stands up at second. Schliemann reached on an error, stole second, and then eventually scored the first run on an RBI from Eli Mack. Isaac Johnson got him to third, and then Mack drove him in. Going to be an 0-2 count here now to Jackson Schliemann.
Northern Casher helping the Vikings out in the field. 4 errors. 3 of them could have been outs.
Be a different game early on, no doubt about it.
And we talked about this off air. You give any team 4 or 5 outs in an inning, they're going to score some runs.
Schliemann with a 1-2 count with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Vikings lead 2-1. Could do some more damage. Schliemann falls at third baseman, has a beat on it and overran it. As Tyler Richmeyer had an opportunity to put Schliemann to the bench.
And I would argue that you give that third baseman an error.
I would agree with you on that, 100%. The definition of an error is should an out have been made, and it should have. Doesn't seem to be the popular opinion in most ballparks. This is a fly ball hit out to the center fielder who makes the catch, and both runners for the Vikings move up. So Lindemann scores. Bernier goes to third. Jackson Schliemann gets a sac fly out to center. Riker Stroman catches that one for out number 2, but the Vikings do get a run and advance Bernier as well. Now up to bat is Isaac Johnson and his 12 RBIs. Looking for his lucky number 13th RBI. Vikings lead 3-1. Yeah, Aiden Dixon really done a nice job of, he's walked a guy in each inning, but he's working out, and just needs to make sure that his defense needs to make sure they're helping him out. Carter Gronwald waits on deck if that does happen. 2 outs here. Isaac Johnson hits this one to the third baseman, Richmeyer. He can't make the play, and going to be an error charge to Richmeyer. So another error by Northern Cass brings in Sam Bernier. The Vikings pick up a couple more unearned runs. It's now 4-1. No RBI there for old IJ. But he's going to try and steal second, and he does so successfully. Carter Gronwald hitting .286 on the season. Plays shortstop. Had a phenomenal play to end the top of the first inning, moving to his left. He has an RBI opportunity and a 1-0 count. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Carter Gronwald's seen a strike yet today. I think he had a 4-pitch walk. I know he walked in the first, scored a run.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think he's had a chance to take a hack yet.
See if he gets a strike here. Dixon throws that one outside. So unofficially, 7 straight balls to Carter Gronwald. Eli Mack waits in the wings on deck. Isaac Johnson on second. Aiden Dixon sets. Looks to throw to Rusted. And there it is. We think 8 straight balls to Carter Gronwald. I wonder if he's blowing kisses up there or what what the deal is.
But
yeah, wink, Field of Dreams. That's all I ever wanted to do was wink at. Is it wink at the pitcher? Is that what he does in Field? Yeah, okay. What's his name? Doc. Come on, you're the guy that's got to pick me up here.
Moonlight Graham.
Moonlight Graham. There you go. Moonlight Graham. Eli Mack hits a high fly ball to Dixon. He backs, and that's going to be an infield. They got him caught at second. So we're going to call that a reach on air. We can't give a hit for that. Someone had to have caught that. We're going to go E4. He's going to reach on that air, but that was Carter Gronwald that got too far off the base, so it'll be a 1-6 put out. And with all that being said, the Vikings get 2 runs. No run scores there. They get 2 runs. No, there was no run that came across there yet. No, 2 runs.
I think the runner stopped at third.
He did stop. Isaac Johnson stopped at third. That's why Gronwald got in the rundown. He was going back. And so the score is 4-1. Kindred Vikings lead after 2 innings of play.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Hey fans, welcome in. Grayson Murch lays down a bunt, and Bernier aptly goes and fields that, throws on to first base for a first quick out. An out that's made very quickly. 1 pitch, 1 out for Bernier here in the top of the third. Once again, Grayson Murch laid down a bunt. Bernier with his cat patio-like reflexes goes and gets that, throws on to teammate T-Berg. Now batting is Wyatt Rusted. Flew out to second in the first. He bats .296. He's got 3 doubles on this year. He strokes that one over to Schliemann at second. Nice backhand and smooth play over to first. So 3 pitches, 2 outs for the Vikings. And this is the dangerous guy for the Express. He's been a huge part of this game. He scored the only run for the Express. And he's been involved in 5 of the 6 outs they've made defensively. Zeski hit .643 with a .688 on-base percent, and he does have a single and a run scored in this affair.
Did he not bat left-handed the first time up?
I don't recall that.
Yeah.
2-0 pitch, right? Or 2-0 is the count now with 2 outs here in the third inning. If you're a Vikings fan, this is exactly where you want Zeski, hitting with 2 outs and nobody on in the inning.
His key, Sam gets 2 outs on, like you said, the 3 pitches and working through, so you don't have the big RBI guy coming up with runners on base.
Yeah, this is just pitch number 7 of the inning for Sam. It's a ball upstairs, moves the count to 3-1. 39 pitches in the game. And pitch number 8 in this inning for Bernier. This one's popped out to left field. Left fielder has a beat on it and makes the catch. That's Jacob Lindemann out there. And a harmless inning for the Express as they go down with no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. There were no Kindred errors, and after 2.5 innings of play, it's the Vikings 4, Express 1.
Halsted Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd Our World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. Josh Almaris alongside Mike Bernier. Mike, the Twins are about to start their opening pitch in 5 minutes. What's your prediction on the Twins?
Well, the way they've been playing, I'm just going to go with a loss.
Yeah, I think that's a very safe.
I don't know how else to say that other than the blunt manner in which I normally speak, but yeah, they're struggling along.
Well, hey, they kept it close yesterday at least. They only lost by 1, whereas the trend has been lose by 1 million up to that point.
Yeah, because it should be your goal, is don't lose by a lot. Keep it close.
Yeah, they were down 5, came back. Yeah, Jack Savage up to the plate now for the Vikings. He reached on an error in the first and then got as far as third base. Jack Savageau with the .391 batting average plays center field for the Vikings. He's facing Aiden Dixon for the second time here. It's a 1-1 count here in the bottom of the third. Ball taken outside. That's pitch number 45 for Aiden Dixon.
That's incredible considering his team has made 6 errors, arguably 7, and that he's only thrown that 45 pitches.
And he has not given up a hit yet, except for right there. Good cut there by Jack Savageau. A nice smooth swing there, staying on the inside of the ball for Savageau as he drops that harmlessly out into left center and gets the first hit for the Vikings.
And the Northern Cass fans watching the game just said that announcer just jinxed the no-hitter.
Yep. I mean, that was an impressive jinx if that's what I did, because I no longer got it out of my mouth, and there it was, a hit. As Alex Iverson and his .333 batting average come to the plate, Savageau slides head first in a second, picks up a stolen base. Yeah, those announcer jinx are, they're real things, but boy, that was the power that I had on the game just there is amazing.
Why don't you say he hasn't given up a home run yet today either?
Let's see if Alex Iverson in his 1-0 count can do anything about that. Well, that's far from a home run, but really close to us. He falls out to the right side. Count's going to go to 1-1 now.
I tried to make the catch. See my hand there.
Yeah. Iverson catching tonight. Flew out to the shortstop in the top of the first. Here's Dixon checking Savageau at second a few times, and then he pitches inside. Nice job of Wyatt Rusted keeping that ball from going behind him. So be pitch number 50 for Dixon. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. The Vikings lead 4-1. Dixon with a big kick. And that ball's going to be hit off the end of the bat as Dixon's going to come and throw it on to first base. Nice job of Gietzen catching that ball and making sure he doesn't run into Alex Iverson. Going to be a 1-3 put out. Jack Savageau scampers on down to third. And Trayton Teberg, the first baseman who wears number 8, comes to the plate next. Teberg flew out to the shortstop. That was the first out of the second inning. Zeski caught it. And the one before that to end the first, Zeski caught, was even more impressive. Teberg sees 2 balls go by. It's 2-0 count with 1 out here. The bottom of the third. Here's the set, a slide step, and a strike. from Dixon. Dixon then has to use his acrobatic abilities to keep that ball from going by him. Rusted threw it a little bit low into Dixon's left on the return. Here's the 2-1. Ball taken up. On deck waits Jacob Lindemann, the 8-hitter, and then Sam Bernier. Trayton Teberg looking to drive in a run on this 3-1 count. That one he takes in the calf, and he'll reach on a hit by pitch. Teberg, you got to respect the fact that he's going to take that hit by pitch, but he could have gotten out of the way out of it, and it would have been the same result. It would have been ball 4, but
yeah, you take the pitches, that are going to hit you in the lat area, maybe in the thigh, but you don't take the one off the shin.
Or maybe it's 0-2 or 1-2, the count's not in your favor, but 3-1, Teberg's like, no, man, I'm going to take that. He's going to steal second here, see what the Express do about that. They're going to throw it down, and it's going to get out to center field. Run's going to come in. That's going to be Savageau. Teberg's going to slide into third. That ball goes to almost into the dugout. Teberg would have scored if it had, but it hits off the fencing. So stolen base, and then an E2 scores Savageau, the 7th error for the Express, 5th run for the Vikings. And this ball is going to be hit out to center field. Teberg sets the tag. He is coming home. The ball is caught, and I think they're going to call that on the exchange. Going to be a sac fly and RBI for Lindemann. Teberg comes in, and it's the second out recorded by the Express for this inning. Riker Stroman out there. He caught it, then he transferred. So even though he did drop it, they called the out on the catch, and Sam Bernier looking to get things started for the Vikings again.
He absolutely caught the baseball, and then he was transferring it and trying to make a throw to home because he had nothing to lose but just make a strong throw in, and he just happened to drop the baseball in the process.
9-hitter and pitcher, number 26, Sam Bernier, swings and fouls that one back. It's an 0-2 count. Sam hitting .348 on the season. He walked in the second and scored a run. 6 of the 9 for the Vikings have scored in this game. Here's the 0-2, a ball taken up high. See, now that one you might turn and take in the back.
Right. You got
and,
an 0-2
your
count.
0-2 count, right?
Yeah.
So, but he's like, no, I want to hit. I'm ready to go. Here's the 61st pitch from Dixon. Fall back.
Yeah,
also, go ahead. Same thought.
When you're pitching, you don't want the ball to accidentally hit you in the elbow when you can't pitch anymore, and
Yep. Not that the pitcher is more important than anybody else, right? There's a ball hit out to left field, and that's why Sam did not want to take that one. He wants to get a hit. Nice job by Bernier. And that turns the order around to Jackson Schliemann. So Bernier reaches on a hit. 2 hits this inning for the Vikings. And now Jackson Schliemann, the second baseman, comes to the plate. Schliemann 0 for 2. Hits this one to the right side. That's going to get through. Base hit. Bernier going to go on to third base. And the Vikings have 3 singles here in this inning.
Pretty good base running there by Bernier. He hesitated around second base a little bit. Then he saw that skipped in behind him and saw it skipped into center field a little bit, and he realized he had plenty of time to get over to third base.
Isaac Johnson, the 2-hitter, batting average of .474, plays third base up to the plate now. He's going to hit that one just over the reaching arms of Atticus Gietzen and score a run. That's an RBI for Isaac Johnson. And again, the Vikings have men on first and third. So an RBI for Isaac and a single. He's now 1 for 3 on the day. Johnson grounded out to short, reached on an air to third, and now has a single and an RBI. Bringing up Carter Gronwald with men on first and third. Unofficially, Gronwald has not seen a strike yet today. Here's the first pitch. That one behind Gronwald, and in comes Schliemann, he slides safely in. Johnson moves on to second base. And Gronwald, we're not 100% on his first at-bat, but his second at-bat, he definitely earned a 4-pitch walk. So that's why I say unofficially he's seen 9 balls here today. We'll see what his 10th pitch is. A ball.
You know, we could check it out on Game Changer between innings. I'll check it out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Very nice idea indeed there, Michael. Here's the set by Dixon. Eli Mack is on deck. Ball 3 to number 3. And that would be, we got Iverson on that same question there. 8-1 Vikings lead. He did? Gronwald said that. Fade over the top is to no avail. Isaac Johnson slides safely back. All right. So we were right. So we have everybody hanging on the edge of their seats. Is Carter Gronwald going to see a strike right now? Here's the 3-0. He swings at the first strike he sees. Jeremiah makes a fool out of himself on the first baseline there.
Yeah.
Looked like a catcher trying to field the ground ball, Jeremiah Doctor.
Yeah.
So it took 12 pitches for Gronwald to see a strike. What's lucky number 13 going to be for Gronwald? With the guy on second, can he drive in IJ? That one's fouled over top here. Good news for Jeremiah is he couldn't make a play on it. Gronwald, as we said, walked twice, scored in the first. Vikings lead 8-1. Here's the 70th pitch from Dixon, and it's a ball. So Gronwald going to reach on the walk. And Star Wars man, is Eli Mack a Star Wars fan? We'll have to figure that out. We'll take a break, and we'll have the answer when we come back. Vikings lead 8-1. We're going to have a meeting on the mound. We'll see what happens in about a minute.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Hey fans, welcome back. We didn't get an answer on why we liked, it's Star Wars theme night. No love for Eli as far as this being like a favorite movie or anything. Eli Mack takes a ball. Eli Mack is 0 for 2. Grounded out to short and reached on an air. He did pick up an RBI on his ground out to short. His 11th RBI of the year. 423 is his batting average coming into today. Dixon throws a strike there, and Mack fouls it back. Aiden Dixon stays on the bump here. This will be pitch number 73 as he's trying to pick up the third and final out here in the third inning. Vikings lead 8-1. Gronwald on first, Johnson on second, Mack up to bat, and Aiden Dixon with a big kick in the pitch. In the dirt, nice block by Wyatt Rusted. Johnson, good jump at second, but held up the brakes there. 3-1 count to Mack. Jack Savageau waits in the wings. He started this inning off with a hit. This one's going to be hit to the shortstop, Zeski. Zeski's going to throw all the way across the diamond, but not in time. Going to be an infield single there by Mack. Brody Zeski, nice play. He looked to second. Was the second baseman not there, Mike? Did you see?
I did not see. I'm trying to honestly, I got to try to run the camera.
Yep.
I've missed a few plays, and so I'm trying to make sure the shot's in there.
Second baseman was there. Another great swing by Savageau as he slices that one out to left. Here comes the runner into the plate, and there's going to be a play on him, but he slides in safely. Ball gets away from the catcher. Mack thinks about coming and then stops. So a 2 RBI single there. Johnson scores. Gronwald slides in safely from second. Eli Mack moves up to third. And Jack Savageau on that 2 RBI single ends up at second base on the throw. So Jack Savageau in this inning is 2 for 2 with a run and 2 RBIs, and that'll bring up Alex Iverson. Alex Iverson is 0 for 2. He flew out in the first to the shortstop. Zeski made a phenomenal play, took away a hit from Iverson, and then in this inning, he grounded out to Dixon. See what he can do here. This ball gets away from the catcher Rusted, and in comes Eli Mack. Mack scores. Savageau moves to third, and the score now is 11-1. 7 runs scored here this inning by the Vikings. They also have 6 hits in this inning. Alex Iverson with the 2-0. Nice stop there by Wyatt Rusted. And the count's going to go to 3-0. Pitch number 80 coming from Aiden Dixon. Trayton Teberg waits on deck. Here's the kick. Ball taken up high. And Iverson chucks the jab towards the dugout. And walks over to first. Speaking of walks, thanks to Express Lane for jumping on board here. You can walk on over to Express Lane, get yourself an ice cream cone or a personal pan pizza. If you drive over instead of walk over, you can get some cheap Marathon gasoline. Jordheim, courtesy run in here for Alex Iverson. Jagger Jordheim. Jordheim wears number 18.
I think everybody knew what you meant, but you talked about buying cheap gasoline over at Marathon. What you meant was inexpensive, great gasoline.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah.
I ignore those guys most of the time, both when I'm on air and when I'm off air. Here's another play to Zeski. Can he make this one? Nope. The speed of Teberg earns him an infield single and an RBI as Savageau alertly comes in, and Jordheim hustled on over to second. Yeah, it's not cheap gasoline. It's good gasoline at a low price. Here's a ball taken up high. It's 1-0 to Jacob Lindemann. Lindemann 0 for 1. He reached on an error in the second and scored. He hit a sac fly out to center in this inning. Earned an RBI. And he's the 13th batter here for the Vikings in the third inning. The 8-hitter has a 1-1 count, swings and hits at the third base. All he has to do is field it and touch on the base. He does that. That'll be a 5U putout for Tyler Richmeyer and the Northern Cass Express. But the Vikings get 8 runs on 7 hits in the third inning and break this game open in the third. We have a new score after 3 complete. Vikings 12, Express 1.
Radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Hey fans, welcome back in your live event District 7 Babe Ruth baseball action. Josh Omeris alongside Mike Bernier. And we are cruising along here in Kindred.
Nice to see the Kindred Vikings come out. They were kind of handed those first 4 runs, and they come out in the bottom of the 3rd inning and start slapping the ball around the ballpark and getting some hits up on the board.
Yeah, 7-hit inning, exactly what the doctor ordered for the Vikings. Sam Bernier comes up and throws a ball in the dirt, but Riker Stroman swings at it, so it'll be an 0-1 count. Stroman playing center field, wears number 1. He has a .320 batting average, swings through pitch number 2. Nice pitch there by Bernier, and it's an 0-2 count. 86 pitches for Dixon of the Express, and this will be pitch number 43 for Bernier. Good pitch, tried to get a curveball, got some accolades from his coach there. A little bit of a curveball, tried to curve off the plate onto the plate and just missed a little outside. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed by Riker Stroman. And it'll be strikeout number 4 for Bernier. Nice setup, too. That curveball on the outside part, if you can get the guy to bite or get the call, that's fantastic. But if nothing else, when you throw that fastball, it comes in looking quite a bit faster because it's coming off that off speed. Good mix by Bernier. This one swung on, hit out to shortstop Carter Gronwald. He gloves it and throws on to T-Berg. It'll be a quick 6-3 put out. That was Atticus Geetson who hit that. Geetson had a hit in the first and an RBI. He batted in the only run for the Express, but there he's retired by Gronwald. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Tyler Richmeyer. Richmeyer grounded out to Gronwald in the first. And he's hitting .300 with a .533 on base percent. Takes a strike there on the outside corner.
I think Coach Eggman was talking to Sam because Sam has a tendency to get ahead on the count 0-2 and then give up too good of a pitch on 0-2, and it gets hit around.
That ball thrown in the dirt, nice block by Alex Iverson.
So that's one thing throughout school baseball and also this season is he's working with Sam to on that 0-2 pitch. You don't waste one, but you throw a pitch kind of setting up the next pitch.
Competitive pitch to get them hopefully getting the call. No one would complain about getting them out in 3 pitches, but certainly setting up your next move. Here's a 2-1 sliced out to the right side. Nice play there by Jackson Schliemann. And that'll be how things go for the Vikings on the defensive side of things in the top of the 4th. How it'll go for the Express in the 4th. Nice play there by Schliemann after Carter Gronwald made a nice play before that, and Bernier had struck out the first batter. So nobody reaches, nobody scores, and there were no hits in the top half of the 4th inning for the Express. The score remains after 3 1/2 inning of play. Kindred Vikings 12, Northern Cass Express 1.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. A few defensive changes for the Express. Remington Burnside in the game for Grayson Mauk. He's at second base. Aiden Dixon off the bump. He's at first now. Atticus Geetson has moved out to right. And on the hill for the Express is number 6, the second baseman, the former second baseman, Jamison Severson. Once again, Jamison Severson is on the mound. He throws a strike and then he hits the 9-hitter, but leadoff man of this inning, Sam Bernier. So Sam Bernier is hit by a pitch. The pitcher now, once again, for the Express is Jamison Severson.
Well,
Anders Huseman going to be the courtesy runner for the Vikings.
Well, Sam took that one. We got to give him some lessons on how to take a pitch, maybe roll into it, take it in the back. He took that one in the rib cage.
Here's the pitch up high from Jamison Severson to the leadoff man, Jackson Schliemann. Schliemann, I'm going to correct myself because I think I said this wrong earlier. Well, we'll change it again. He hits this one out to right field, and Anders Huseman going to hustle on into third base. Schliemann is 2 for 3 on the day. I misspoke earlier. He had a sac fly in the second. That's a 0 for 0. So Schliemann with 2 hits. He's scored 2 runs. And the Vikings in business early on. They've got Huseman at third and Schliemann at first. Check that. Huseman now scores. And Schliemann goes to second on the wild pitch. Isaac Johnson up to bat now. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Grounded out to short in the first, reached on an error in the second, and had a single and an RBI in the third. He then scored. Schliemann on second, and they try to throw over to him. Pitcher Jamison Severson throws over to Burnside, but Schliemann makes it safely. Isaac Johnson up to bat with Schliemann on second. Nice swing and hit out to right field there by Johnson. Schliemann going to be held up at third, and Johnson with another single, his second of the day. Carter Gronwald up to bat now. The shortstop. Make it easy. He walked and then walked and then walked in the first, second, and third innings. Scored twice. Carter Walker Gronwald. He saw a ball there. It goes in the dirt. Good jump by Jackson Schliemann. He comes into third. Johnson, for some reason, stayed at first. Maybe Coach Eggman told him, stop running. Gronwald has seen 12 balls and 13 balls and 2 strikes. That's 14 balls and 2 strikes for Carter Gronwald. We talked about Moonlight Graham winking at pitchers in Field of Dreams. We're going to have to ask Gronwald what he's doing up there. There he sees a strike. So he has seen 14 balls and 3 strikes. There's nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Isaac Johnson is on first. Once again, Jamison Severson into the game, throws inside to Gronwald in the dirt. Nice stop there by Wyatt Rusted.
So in that movie, Field of Dreams, Moonlight Graham was a doctor in Chisholm, Minnesota, up on the Iron Range in Minnesota.
This is a ball taken upstairs, and Carter Gronwald walks to first, not to Express Lane for ice cream pizza and good gasoline at a low price. Guys on first and second here for Eli Mack. He swings and reaches at a ball in the dirt. Nice play there by Zeski to throw on a third for the first out. Eli Mack gets a little bit anxious there. And Isaac Johnson going to be retired. Zeski throwing on to Tyler Richmeyer. That's out number 1. Runner's going to be on first and second. Gronwald on second, Mack on first, Jack Savageau at the plate. Savageau 2 for 3 in this game. In fact, he reached on an error in the first, and in the third inning alone, Savageau was 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. It's an impressive stat in a game, let alone in an inning. This one's going to be popped out to shallow left field. Zeski has already showcased his skills, and that's a can of corn for Zeski. Be out number 2 and bring Alex Iverson to the plate. Iverson 0 for 2 with a walk, doing the dirty work for the Vikings. Jamison Severson coming in relief, doing a nice job here. 2 runs scored for the Vikings. But he has a chance to get out of this inning right now. He checks second and throws over. Gronwald gets in safely. It's 14-1 here in Kindred. This game just went 1 hour and 6 minutes old. Strike taken by Iverson. Trayton Teberg waits on deck and Jacob Lindemann in the hole. These are the 6, 7, and 8 batters for the Vikings. Jamison Severson throws that one in the dirt. Rusted blocks it, but it scampers to his right, and both runners advance. Gronwald to third. Mack to second. 2 RBI opportunity for Ivor. It's a 2-1 pitch coming right now. It's a ball. Oh, it's going to be a pitch that hit him. And that'll load him up for the Vikings. Iverson heads to first. Gives some knuckles. Takes off his batting glove. And gives a high five to courtesy runner Jagger Jordheim as he's now going to go put his catcher's gear on. Jordheim at first, Mack at second, Gronwald at third. Bases are juiced for Trayton Teberg, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored and was hit by a pitch. This one he hits just a hair foul down the third base line.
Now, I don't envy anybody, especially Carter Grunwald, down on the third base line with Trayton Teberg up, because he's running down. He's only about 75, 80 feet away, and Trayton can turn on a pitch on a dime and hit it hard.
That ball's taken high for ball 2.
Don't want to catch yourself a line drive, or, to the body anywhere when the ball's moving up around 80 to 100 miles an hour.
And Teberg gets hit for the second time here tonight. He hit that ball darn hard and then never saw another strike. So Gronwald comes in, Mack moves to third, Jagger Jordheim goes to second, and Teberg reaches on a RBI hit by pitch, bringing up Jacob Lindemann. Lindemann takes a strike with the bases juiced here. Vikings lead 15-1 in the bottom of the fourth. There is a 10-run rule in effect after 5. Some teams play the 15-run rule after 3. Anybody know what we're doing here tonight?
I guess I don't know. I was just going to ask that. I thought there was a 15-run rule.
Yeah, coaches have to agree, so we'll see. 1 run could end it. We may or may not know the answer to that depending on what Jacob Lindemann does. Lindemann reached on an error in the second, had a sac fly out to center in the third, and grounded out to the third baseman also in the third. He's officially 0 for 2 with a run and an RBI. Here's the pitch, swung on, hit to the shortstop Zeski. Zeski fields nicely and throws on over to first, and that'll be how this inning ends on the Zeski to Dixon 6-3 putout. But the Vikings pick up 3 more runs, and there's a new score. Kindred Vikings 15, Northern Cass 1. The Express have to score 5 here in the top of the 5th to keep this game alive. Come back and see what happens. We'll see you in about 60 seconds.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. Josh Omeris alongside Mike Bernier. We're in the top of the 5th inning where the Northern Cass Express need to get 5 runs to keep this game alive. 10-run rule in effect after 5 or 4.5 innings of play. How they're hoping to do it is with Aiden Dixon and then Ike Bush and Jamison Severson, the 6, 7, 8 guys. Remington Burnside could get his first at bat. That ball's hit high and deep out to left field, and it lands fair as Aiden Dixon going to round first and head on into second base. He's going to stop there with a leadoff stand-up double. So Aiden Dixon hits a moonshot out to left field that lands about a foot inside the third base foul line. And Bernier had retired 10 in a row before that Dixon double. Here's a swing and a miss by Ike Bush. Bush was a strikeout victim in the second. He plays left field, wears number 11, bats .214 from the left side. Here's the pitch. Bernier gets a strike by Ike for now an 0-2 count. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Here's a pitch, swung on and missed. And Bernier answers that double fantastically by striking out Ike. Be out number 1 here in the top of the 5th, and it'll bring up the pitcher, number 6, Jamison Severson. Bernier looks like he's added a little bit of velocity, that fastball, in these last few pitches. He checks at second and throws another fastball fouled back. A great job of responding. Sometimes when a youngster or anybody gives up a big hit, it might frazzle him. Bernier has not been frazzled at all. Good pitch there, just missing inside on an off-speed pitch. And I would guess Bernier's going to come back with a fastball now. Nope, another off-speed. And that ball's going to go to Gronwald. Gronwald tags the runner and then throws it by Teberg. Almost a fantastic double play. Could it be a double play? No, it's not going to be a double play, as I'll tell you what happened. Carter Gronwald goes and fields that ball nicely. He tags out Aiden Dixon on a 6U putout. Then he threw it over to first base, and it missed the mark. So he's going to be charged for an error there. It's going to be a fielder's choice and an error. The error got Severson to second base as the ball bounced by Teberg. It was almost a phenomenal double play and a game-ending double play by Gronwald. Now batting is Remington Burnside. It's his first at-bat of the game. He's got an 0-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Strike 3, and that'll do her here in Kindred as Bernier picks up his 6th strikeout. And the Express go down in the top of the 5th with 1 hit. They leave 1 on base. There was 1 Kindred Viking error and no runs scored. That'll do things here in Kindred as the Vikings are victorious. They win 15 12-1. A 15-1 victory for the Vikings will improve their record to 12-2. The Express will drop to 6-14. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we've got some fun things we're going to talk about. Stick around for the Todd Wold CPA postgame show and the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. We've also got the Connection of the Match, sponsored by Halstead Telephone Company. So we've got some fun awards to give. Come back as Mike and I chat a little more about this game. We'll try to get an interview, announce our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and talk about our Connection of the Match, sponsored by Halstead Telephone. Come back in a couple minutes. We're looking forward to seeing you on your live event.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. For any accounting needs you may have, Todd Our World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Hey fans, welcome back into the post-game show sponsored by Todd Wold. For any accounting requisitions, from income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals or businesses, go online to wold-cpa.com. Thanks to Todd Wold for sponsoring the post-game show. Quick run-through of the game. Vikings in order here. We'll go down the lineup. Jackson Schliemann was 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored. He also had a sack fly in today's game. Isaac Johnson was 2 for 4. Carter Gronwald 0 for 0 with 4 walks and 3 runs. He only saw 3 strikes the whole day. Eli Mack was 1 for 4. He had an RBI. Jack Savageau 2 for 4, 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Alex Iverson was 0 for 2. He was also walked and hit by a pitch. Trayton T-Bird tonight was hit by a pitch twice. He was 1 for 2. In addition to that, Jacob Lindemann was 0 for 3. He had a run scored, and Sam Bernier was 1 for 1 with 3 runs scored. He was hit by a pitch and he had a walk. Never made an out, scored 3 times. He also was the winning pitcher for the Vikings, pitched 5 innings. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 6 and only gave up 3 hits. He allowed 1 run. I want to segue next to, we are going to announce the Enbridge Player of the Game in just a little while. That might have been a good segue. Player of the Game will be sponsored by Enbridge. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. You have to stick around for our next segment of the Todd Wold CPA postgame show to see who that is and to hear the interview with that said Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Before we do that, quick run through of Northern Cass. Northern Cass, Wyatt Rusted was 0 for 2. Brody Zeski, he was 1 for 2. He had the lone run scored for the Express. Riker Stroman was 0 for 2, couple strikeouts. Atticus Geetson was 1 for 2. He had the lone RBI for the Express all the way back in the first inning. Tyler Richmeyer 0 for 2. Aiden Dixon 1 for 2. Had the big double there near the end of the game. Ike Bush 0 for 2. Jamison Severson 0 for 2. Grayson Murch was 0 for 1. And Remington Burnside also 0 for 1. Taking the loss will be Aiden Dixon of the Northern Cass Express. Once again, stick around for the Todd Wold post-game show for any accounting requisitions from income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals or businesses. Go online to wold-cpa.com. We'll come back in 1 minute with the interview with Enbridge Player of the Game. Life Takes Energy. Come back and see who's going to be giving you the energy in our post-game interview in 1 minute.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Hey fans, welcome into the press box. We are here with Sam Bernier. Sam Bernier is the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Sam, good game tonight. You did it all. You pitched a fantastic game and you hit well. Most importantly, your team picked up the win and you moved to 6-1. How'd it feel to pick up another league win here tonight in Kindred?
It's great. It's what we came here to do, and we got it done overall. But yeah.
Good. You guys moved to 6-1 in league play. You're now 12-2 in the entire year. Sam, you pitched 5 innings, complete game, only allowed 3 hits. You struck out 6, and probably most exciting thing there is you only gave up 1 earned run and you didn't walk anybody. Talk a little bit about what was working for you tonight on the mound.
Just start off with the fastball to start, and then once they hit it or foul it off or something, just go back to the curveball, and then if that misses, just go back to fastball.
Are pitchers athletes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, of course they are. You weren't just pitching. You had a great day at the plate. You were 1 for 1. You scored 3 runs. You were hit by a pitch, and you drew the walk. How well were you seeing things at the plate tonight?
Pretty good. Nice to get out of a slump for once, and then just keep going. Just keep swinging. Trust your swing, and then see what happens.
Good. Congratulations, Sam. Congratulations on the victory tonight, on having a great game and being named the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Bernier will come back in about a minute with more of the Todd Wold postgame show.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
For any any accounting needs you may have, Todd, our world certified public accountant, has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. Once again, Josh Almaris alongside Mike Bernier. It's the Todd Wold post-game show for any accounting requisitions from income tax planning, preparation, and consulting, either for individuals or businesses. Go online to wold-cpa.com. Mike, Vikings win another one here. They go to 12-2, 6-1 in the league. They're victorious by a score of 15-1. What were your thoughts on the game?
I think it's a good team win. I mean, the Vikings come out, they get handed a couple of runs early, but then in that bottom of the third inning, the whole team piled on, and they were slapping the ball around the field and getting some hits, getting on base, scoring a lot of runs. And Sam Bernier gets the player of the game, but he had a lot of players behind him playing some solid defense, getting a lot of good outs.
Yeah, congratulations to Sam Bernier. He's named the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Visit enbridge.com for career opportunities. There's one more award we get to give away, and that's the Connection of the Game, sponsored by Halstead Telephone Company. It's how to connect. HalsteadTel.com. That's HalstadTel.com. Discover local reliability you can trust. The Halstead Telephone Company Connection of the Game is going to go to Jack Savageau. Something you already alluded to there, partner, is that going into the third inning, the Vikings did not have a hit. They got 4 runs, in essence, handed to them, but Jack Savageau led off the inning with a very nice hit the inside of the ball. Lefty sliced it out into left center field. He then scored and came back up later in that inning, got another hit, and scored again. His second hit was a 2 RBI single. So in the third inning alone, Jack Savageau was 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. That's plenty to award him and earn him the HTC Connection of the Match. You agree, Mike? We talked about it off air. Anything you want to add about that?
Absolutely, and Jack Savageau has always had that nice left-handed swing. He's got that little bat wiggle going on, and he connects for 2 base hits, like you said, in that inning. And we hadn't had a hit to that point. We'd put up 4 runs, and we were just saying, hey, nobody's gotten a hit yet. And Coach Eggman was talking to his team as they came off the field and said, hey, let's start hitting the ball and earn some runs. And Jack Savageau steps up and laces a base hit into left field.
And you talk about hitting being contagious. The Vikings then that inning went on to get 6 hits. So you see Jack Savageau come up, you see him get a nice hit like that. It really piques the interest of all the guys, thinking, okay, we got to get going. And Jack just proved that we can do this. So kind of a spark maybe that the Vikings needed. So congratulations to Jack Savageau on the Connection of the Game. Once again, congratulations to Sam Bernier being named the Enbridge Player of the Game. And a congratulations to the Kindred Vikings, who pick up another win and another league win that'll improve them to 12-2 on the year and 6-1 in league play. Like we said, Northern Cass is going to drop to 6-14, and in league play move to 3-8. That'll do it for our first game here in Kindred. But stick around. We're gonna put the end credits and then go to the coming up slide. Stick around, and in about 20 minutes, we will still also cover Game 2 of this doubleheader. Game 2 is going to be a 5-inning non-league affair. We hope you stick around and watch that. Well, we'll see you back again approximately in about 20 minutes. Thanks for tuning in. Josh Almaris alongside Mike Bernier. See you in 20.
Bring it in. I'm sorry, we're on. We're back. Game number 2. Game number 2 of this Babe Ruth matchup. Isaac Johnson will be on the mound for the Kindred Vikings, facing leadoff hitter Colin Williams. Wears double zeros, right-handed batter. He's on the mound today in the ball game. Here's a breaking ball, low and in the dirt. Breyer Gibbon, the catcher, for the pitcher Isaac Johnson. Kindred Vikings win the first game by a score of 15-1. Second game of a doubleheader. This is a non-counter game, not a league game. Here's a breaking ball down, 2 balls and a strike. We're scrambling to get things a little bit set here. Here's a 2-1 pitch in there for a strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Isaac Johnson throws out of the stretch. Kicks and fires, fastball in the dirt, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Isaac Johnson working on the mound. Where's number 25? Rocks, fires, off speed, swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's quickly 1 away. Gage Leslie, the left fielder, steps up to bat. Number 25. Right-handed hitter, looks on. Here's the pitch, swing and a ground ball chopped over to third. T. Girdman has it, throws across the diamond in time for the out. Eli Mack over there playing first base, records the out. Now batting will be the third baseman, number 12, Remington Burnside. And here's a pitch from Isaac Johnson, swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. We're frantically trying to write down the lineups up here and trying to get the last names, which aren't on the lineup card. And we're also trying to get the names over to our PA announcer, Paul Quisland. So we're trying to work together. He's got the home lineup. I got the visiting lineup, so we're trying to piece it all together. 0-2 the count. Here's a set from Isaac Johnson. Fastball pounded right back to the pitcher. Isaac Johnson has it. Throws on to first base in time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Northern Cass in the top of the first inning. We head to the bottom of the first inning. 0-0, Vikings coming to bat on yourliveevent.com.
Is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
And welcome back, Kindred baseball fans. As I pass the lineup down to Paul Quisland, Kindred Vikings, their lineup looks like this. Leading off and playing in left field will be Jagger Jordheim. Batting second and playing at second base will be Beckett Westby. Batting third, playing at shortstop, Bristol Swanson. And catching and batting in the cleanup spot is Briar Gibbon. Batting fifth, playing in center field, will be Anders Huseman. Batting sixth and playing over at third base is T. Girdman. Pitching and batting seventh is Isaac Johnson. Eli Mack bats eighth. He's playing over at first base. And Jacob Lindeman playing out in right field. He bats ninth. Looks like we have an extra hitter. Carter Grunwald will be in the lineup. He'll bat 10th. Jagger Jordheim steps to the plate. Fastball's up and away. And it's ball one. Second game of a doubleheader. I'm Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier bringing you baseball on yourliveevent.com. Kindred Vikings won the counter game by a score of 15-1. Bringing you the second game. Here's the pitch. Up and away. Colin Williams on the mound. Wears double zeros. Right-hander kicks and fires off speed. Is in there for a strike. And here's the 3-1 set, and the pitch off speed is popped foul and out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Jordheim goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Williams picks up his first strikeout. Now he'll face the second baseman, number 4, Beckett Westby. Westby, a right-handed hitter. And here's the pitch, off speed, outside, ball 1. Bristol Swanson is on deck. And here's the 1-0. Swing and a ground ball pounded out to third. He's got it, fires across the diamond, and it's not in time for the out. The throw was in time, but the first baseman, Gietzen, knocked it down, did not make the catch. Westby will reach on an error. That'll be E3. Westby reaches first base. Bristol Swanson to bat. Did not play in the first game, so his first plate appearance of the evening. Same with Jordheim, same with Westby. Here's the set and the pitch. Fastball popped foul out of play over the press box. Briar Gibbon is on deck. Just getting started in the second game. Tied at 0. Bottom of the first. Swing and a ground ball chopped over towards second. Fielded. He decides to go over to first base and record the out. Wisely, he didn't have a play at second base. Looked over at second to try to get that lead runner, but decided wisely to get that runner over at first base for the second out of the inning. Bristol Swanson grounds out. Beckett Westby moves up to second base. Briar Gibbons steps to the plate. Here's the set by Williams. Throwing out of the stretch. Kicks, fires, upstairs, it misses. Ball 1. Anders Huseman on deck. And now here's a pitch. Off speed, grounded hard over towards third and through the wickets and into left field. Now the left fielder misses it, and that's going to score a run. We're going to get 2 errors on that play, one by the third baseman, one by the left fielder, because that should have been a ground ball out to end the inning. It skips into left field. The runner, Westby, stopped at third base, and the left fielder makes an error as well. So Briar Gibbon is aboard on an E5. Westby scores on an E7. So 3 errors in the inning give the Vikings a 1-0 lead. And that brings to the plate Anders Huseman. Teague Erdman is on deck. And here's a pitch, swing and a miss. Runner goes, and Briar Gibbon, a little bit of an awkward slide into second base, but the main thing is he's safe, and it's a stolen base. No courtesy runner for the catcher. And here's the set and the pitch from Williams. Looks like a fastball misses away. We'll have a lot of baseball for you on yourliveevent.com the rest of this week. Tomorrow night we got Legion A baseball, and then on Friday we'll have Babe Ruth baseball for you again. Here's a pitch to Huseman. Misses away. 3 balls and a strike. Williams looks back at second base, and he throws down to second base. Fairly close play. Looks like Wyatt Rustad is the shortstop now. I don't have him on the lineup, but I think they made some last-minute changes. Here's a 3-1 pitch. It misses up. It's a 3-1 count to Anders Huseman. Williams looks back at second base again. Fairly decent lead for Gibbon out at second. And the pitch. Fastball misses away. And Anders Huseman draws a walk, puts runners at first and second base with the 2 outs. And Teague Erdman will get an at-bat. And here's the set and the pitch. Off speed, misses away. Ball 1. Northern Cass with 3 errors, helping the Kindred Vikings to score a run this inning. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. Off speed. Misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Teague Erdman. He's getting his first plate appearance of the evening. Did not play in the first game. Williams looks on. Rocks and fires. Swing and a line drive into center field. That's going to fall down for a hit. Breyer being waved home. He'll come around to score. It'll be an RBI single for Teague Erdman. The throw comes into the infield, knocked down. I'm not sure if there'll be an error, but I think Huseman advances to third. We'll just call it on the throw. Breyer Gibbon comes across the score. It's 2-0. RBI single for Teague Erdman. 2-0 lead for the Vikings, and that brings up Isaac Johnson, the pitcher. Standing up in the box. And here's a pitch from Williams. Fastball, swinging a ground ball, pounded out to the second baseman, and that's booted into right center field, and that'll move the runners along as Isaac Johnson will reach safely on the E4, and Teague Erdman advances to third base. Anders Huseman does come across to score. No RBI in the play because of the error. 3-0 in favor of the Vikings, and that'll bring up Eli Mack. Playing at first base in this ball game. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. Off speed was way upstairs. Ball 1. Jake Lindeman would be next. And here's a pitch. It's up. Runner does go. Isaac Johnson steals second base. No throw on the play. Again, 3-0. Bottom of the third inning. Second game of this doubleheader on yourliveevent.com. Thanks for joining us. Here's the set. Here's a pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. This is into left center field. Center fielder comes over and makes a juggling catch. Hits his glove. Popped up in the air, and he caught it with his bare hand like he knew it was going to happen that way. And that does end the inning for the Vikings. They do put up 3 runs. There were 4 errors that inning. Vikings did come up with a base hit, and they lead it 3-0 on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Welcome back, everybody, to Kindred Vikings Varsity Field, where this is the second game of a doubleheader. Vikings taking on Northern Cass.
Kindred Vikings take a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning, helped out by a few errors by Northern Cass. None of those runs scored were earned against the starting pitcher, Williams. Isaac Johnson takes a mound for, the Kindred Vikings. In the top of the second inning, he had himself a 1-2-3 inning. In the first, a strikeout, then a couple of groundouts got him out of the inning. He only threw 10 pitches in that top of the first inning. Defensively, again, we got Briar Gibbon behind the plate. Eli Max playing over at first base. Beckett Westby over at second base. Bristol Swanson at short. T. Girdman at third. Out in left field is Jagger Jordheim. In center field, we have Anders Huseman. And then in right is Jake Lindeman. Here's the first pitch of the inning for Isaac Johnson. It's down low, ball one. To the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, it's Grayson Murch, followed by Jace Prusha and Grant Murch. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball is away, 2 balls and no strikes. Grayson Murch, the batter, he's a right fielder, wears number 42. Right-handed hitter, straight up batting stance. Here's a 2-0 pitch, off speed, misses down, 3 balls and no strikes. And here's the 3-0 pitch. Fastball is in there for a strike. We're used to the beautiful weather days. Not that today's a bad weather day, but the lights were on right away when we got out here. Kind of overcast.
Yeah, quite a bit overcast, but no breeze going on. That flag's drooping straight down. It was raining earlier this morning, so at least the clouds dried up. They didn't go away, but they aren't raining on us, which is a nice thing. And it's good temperature. I got a light jacket on.
Murch reaches on the walk. That'll bring up Jace Prusha, the center fielder. Here's the set and the pitch. It's outside. Ball one. Jace Prusha, center fielder, wears number 22. Stands up in the batter's box, about even with the home plate. And the pitch, fastball, swinging a foul to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's a 1-1 set. And the pitch, fastball, is in there for a strike.
Coach Armstrong. Coach, is it Prussia or Prussia? Prussia? Oh, thanks.
Well, I was pronouncing his name wrong. He pronounces it Prussia. It's spelled P-R-U-S-S-I-A, pronounced Prussia. 1-2 the count. And the pitch, swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Prussia goes down on strikes. First out of the inning, second strikeout for Isaac Johnson. Grant Murch steps to the plate. He's a second baseman, wears number 19. Also a right-handed batter, way back in the batter's box. Right foot touching the chalk line out there. That pitch is in there for a strike. Of course, it's the first year of the turf down there, so that's not really a chalk line. It's artificial turf, but we'll call it chalk. Pitch is down low and in the dirt. Gibbon blocked it, got away from him a little bit, so Murch does reach second base on the wild pitch. Pitch was a ball. The count is 1-1 with Grant Murch at the bat. Wyatt Rusted is the shortstop. He's on deck. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch from Isaac Johnson. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Isaac has thrown 22 pitches now. Runner on second. 1 out. And the pitch. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. And Briar Gibbon, nice heads-up play, will tag the runner, so there will be no throw down to second base. Just goes down as a strikeout. 2 strikeouts in a row. 3rd strikeout overall for Isaac Johnson. 2 down. And that brings up Wyatt Rusted, the shortstop. Right-handed hitter. Wide open stance. Here's the pitch. Swing and a check swing foul. Strike 1. Infield playing fairly shallow. I should say the outfield playing fairly shallow. And here's the pitch. Swing and a ground ball chopped over towards third and through the legs of T. Girdman. It'll be an error as Wyatt Rusted reaches on the E5, and there's runners on first and second with 2 outs. That'll bring up Ike Bush, the catcher, with 2 outs. Ike Bush steps to the plate. Where's number 11? Left-handed hitter. He's a catcher, so he had his shin guards on there. He had to take a little bit to get those shin guards off so he could step up to the plate. And here's a pitch. Fastball is up, ball 1. Vikings lead at 3-0, top of the 2nd inning. And here's the set and the pitch. Off speed, in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's a pitch from number 25, Isaac Johnson. That's a fastball in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No runs, no hits, 4 errors for Northern Cass Kindred Vikings. 3 runs, a hit, and an error. Now here's a pitch. Off speed, swing and a miss, he got him. Johnson strikes out the side in the top of the 2nd inning. Northern Cass doesn't come up with any runs. They leave a couple of base runners stranded. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Vikings lead at 3-0 on yourliveevent.com.
Commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to Kindred Varsity Field, where game 2 of a doubleheader, Vikings taking on Northern Cass, and they're up 3-0.
I'm Mike Bernier, along with Wendy.
Good evening.
Having a lot of fun tonight and broadcasting these games on yourliveevent.com. Thank you for all of our sponsors and bringing you this game.
Yep. After this game, we will bring you the Todd Bold CPA post-game show. For any accounting requisitions from income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals or businesses, go online to bold-cpa.com. And in that postgame show, we'll also have the Enbridge Player of the Game and the HTC has Halstead Phone Company connection of the match.
Kindred Vikings will send up the 9 and 10 hitters. They are sporting a extra hitter in the lineup tonight. The 9th hitter is Jake Lindeman, right fielder. Steps to the plate. Here's a pitch from Williams. Off speed is pounded out towards short. Long throw across the diamond in time for the out. Nice play over there by Wyatt Rustad. For the first out of the inning, it's a 6-3 putout. Williams is set down 2 in a row. And that'll bring up Carter Grunwald. I think Carter's getting some plate appearances in this ball game, in the second game, non-counter game. He didn't hardly see any strikes in the first game. He walked 4 times. And in those 4 plate appearances, I think we only had two, maybe 3 strikes. So getting a plate appearance, trying to get the bat on the ball, trying to see a strike here and drive it somewhere. This pitch misses in. 2 balls and no strikes. Why, a walk doesn't certainly help your batting average. It certainly helps you on base percentage. And here's the pitch. Swing and a drive down the left field line. The left fielder gives chase, and he makes the catch down the left field line. Nice running catch for the left fielder, Gage Leslie, out in left field. And quickly, there's 2 down. 3 in a row set down by Williams. That'll bring up Jager Jordheim. He struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Williams throws out of the full windup with nobody on base, and the pitch off speed is up. 1 ball, no strikes. And here's the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. 1 ball and a strike to Jager Jordheim. And here's the pitch. That looks like an off speed. That one's in there for a strike as well. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Jager is a wrestler when he is not playing baseball.
Left-handed hitter. Pitch comes inside. Somehow that ball didn't hit him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 31 pitches thrown by Williams thus far. Field looks great. Great night for baseball in Kindred. This pitch is away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fastball, swing, and a foul. Into the evergreens on the third base side.
Yeah, there is a pretty good crowd here tonight. And like always, I have tested and tried, and the reviews on the hamburgers still excellent.
And Jordheim draws a walk. Puts a runner at first base with 2 down. That'll bring up Beckett Westby. He reached on an error in the first, came around to score. So he's 0 for 1 officially. Williams had set down 3 in a row. First pitch to Westby, misses for a ball. Jordheim takes off, and he'll steal second base easily. Stolen base for Jager Jordheim. 1-0 count for Beckett Westby. Bristol Swanson on deck. Here's the set. And the pitch. Off speed. In there for a strike. And here's the set and the pitch from Williams. Swing and a little blooper out towards second base. And now he goes back and makes a catch. Grant Murch goes back and makes a catch, and that'll end the inning. So for the Vikings, they don't come up with any runs. They do strand a runner, and at the end of 2, Vikings still lead it by a score of 3-0 on yourliveevent.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
And we're back. Kindred Vikings will have Isaac Johnson step on the mound again as he faces the 9, 10, and 1 hitters for Northern Cass. Atticus Gietzen will be the leadoff hitter. He's the first baseman, followed by Riker Stroman and Colin Williams. Isaac Johnson on the mound. He's thrown 2 innings, struck out the side last inning, walked only 1 batter and struck out 4. Isaac Johnson on the hill, rocks and fires, fastball, swinging a line drive, base hit up the middle. Hughesman out in center field was thinking of making a throw over to first base, but decided not to.
Brings up number 1 extra hitter, Riker Stroman.
Line drive single for Atticus Gietzen. First hit for Northern Cass. Left-handed hitter Riker Stroman steps up. Runner goes, throw down to second base, will not be in time as Gietzen steals second base. Riker Stroman, left-handed hitter. 1-0 count on him. Where's number 1? And here's a set. Off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. Like I said, Colin Williams is on deck. Here's a 1-1 set. And the pitch by Isaac Johnson. Fastball pounded on the right side of the infield. Beckett Westby has it. Throws on the first base in time for the out. It's a 4-3 putout. And there's 1 away. Atticus Gietzen does move up to third base. Top of the order, Colin Williams steps up. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up to lead off the first inning. 3-0 lead for the Vikings. Top of 3 over Northern Cass. In a Babe Ruth matchup, second game of a doubleheader. Vikings win that first one by a score of 15-1. 0-1 the count. Isaac Johnson throwing out of the stretch. Nice block by Briar Gibbon, the catcher. Ball was in the turf dirt, as we call it. 1-1 the count. First year of this artificial turf up the baselines. Here's a pitch inside. 2 balls and a strike. Here's Isaac Johnson pitching out of that stretch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gage Leslie on deck. And here's a 2-2 set. And the pitch. Off speed, swing and a miss. And the pitch looked maybe a little bit up. Williams goes down on strikes for the second time. Second out of the inning recorded. 5 strikeouts now for Isaac Johnson. 2 down. Runner still at third base. Gage Leslie steps to the bat. He's 0 for 1. He grounded up to third his first time up. Takes ball 1. Gage Leslie made a nice running catch down the left field line. Last half inning. 1-0 the count. And That pitch misses above his head. 2 balls and no strikes. And here's a pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 2-1 the count. And here's a pitch. Fastball. That one's down low and in the dirt. Nice block by Briar Gibbon once again. Holds a runner at third base for the time being. Prevents a run from scoring. 3 balls and a strike to the right-handed hitter, Gage Leslie. Remington Burnside is on deck. And the pitch, off speed, is up, and he walked him. Second walk issued by Isaac Johnson.
Third baseman, Remington Burnside.
There's names that are just kind of fun to say. And this gentleman is one of them. Right fielder, number 12, Remington Burnside. Runners on first and third. Catcher Briar Gibbon will go through a set of signs, see how they defend this. Again, runners on first and third, you might see the runner take off from first base, trying to entice a throw down to second so you can score the runner from third. He does not go, pitches a swing and a miss, strike 1. Remington Burnside. Right-handed hitter. Pitch number 45 for Isaac Johnson. Off speed, laced down the left field line. That's a base hit and an RBI single. Skips past the left fielder, Jager Jordheim, but no error on the play. No runners moved up because of that. RBI single for Remington Burnside.
That brings up number 42, right fielder Grayson Murch.
So runners at first and second. 1 run in for Northern Cass. 3-1 now lead for the Vikings. Grayson Murch steps to the plate, right fielder. And here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Jace Prussia on deck. 2 hits now for Northern Cass. Here's a 1-1 pitch. It's in the dirt. It's going to skip past Briar Gibbon. Runners are going to advance. Leslie down to third base and Burnside up to second. Two and 1 the count. Here's a pitch by Isaac Johnson. Breaking ball. Backhanded by Briar Gibbon. Pitch misses. 3 balls and a strike for Grayson Murch. Murch walked his first time up. And here's a set. And the pitch. Fastball misses. Ball 4. He walked him. 3 runners in a row reach as Leslie drew the walk. RBI single for Burnside. Now Murch draws a walk. That'll bring up Jace Prussia. He struck out his first time up. That was the first out of the second inning.
Work ahead now.
1 run, 2 hits, 4 errors for Northern Cass. Kindred Vikings, 3 runs, a hit, and 1 error. Here's a pitch. Fouled back out of play. Strike 1 to Jace Prussia. And here's a pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded. 1 run already in. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Fastball swinging a foul chop at the plate. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Isaac Johnson looks in, gets a sign from his catcher. Rocks and fires, breaking ball, hit the umpire. It was a breaking ball. It caught the home plate umpire, Josh Michelson, in an area we don't need to discuss. Pitch was a ball, obviously. It hit in front of the plate, and not really much of a chance for Briar Gibbon to block that. And it just kind of went back and caught the umpire. Here's a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Misses up, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Right here, 25.
Josh Michelson, the home plate umpire. Gareth Hansen out on the base paths. Umpire crew does a great job for us. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a pitch down low. Full count. Now we're going to see the merry-go-round. We got a full count. We got 2 outs. So the runners will take off because the ball will either be in play or it'll be a walk or a strikeout. So the runners will take off, and there they go. Well, they didn't get the memo. All of them. Prussia swings and misses at the pitch anyway, so it makes no difference. And Northern Cass goes down after the 6th strikeout by Isaac Johnson. However, they do come up with a run, leave 3 runners on base, and at the end of 2.5, we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3-1 lead for the Kindred Vikings on YourLiveEvent.com.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
And we're back. Kindred Vikings coming to bat. They'll have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters batting. Bristol Swanson, Briar Gibbon, Anders Huseman. Right-handed pitcher Colin Williams on the mound. Off-speed pitch is a ball. 1-0 the count. Bristol Swanson, he's 0 for 1. He grounded out to second his first time up. Williams so far, 2 innings pitched, allowed just the 1 hit, 3 runs but none earned. Has walked 2, struck out 1 batter. Here's a 1-0 set. And the pitch from Williams, swinging a high pop fly foul out of play. Up on top of the grandstand. Right behind home plate. Here's a 1-1 set and the pitch. Swinging a little line drive into right field. That's going to fall down for a base hit for Bristol Swanson.
Swanson drops the single into right. Brings up
Hit number 2 for the Vikings. That brings up Briar Gibbon. He reached on an error in the first. He came around to score. He did steal a base in the process. So he's 0 for 1 with a run scored. Doing the catching in tonight's ball game. Yesterday, the Kindred Vikings went down to Lidgerwood, this Babe Ruth team, and won a couple of games down in Lidgerwood as well.
They did a lot of work down there on the field. I was down there, and it was really nice. They upgraded a few things and redid some of the field, and it was really nice down there. So
yeah, nice little ballpark down there. Here's a 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, throw down to second base. And Bristol Swanson has himself a stolen base. 1-1 the count to Briar Gibbon. Williams looks back at second base. Shortstop just literally standing on second base waiting for the throw. He finally gets that throw. Bristol Swanson back safely. Here's a 1-1 set from Williams. And the pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, down at Lidgerwood, they have a way up to the press box with a ladder. So one of our Legion players was down there, was kind enough to help me up and down that ladder.
Here's a pitch. Ground ball softly to the shortstop and throws in the dirt. Wouldn't have been in time anyway. It's going to be an infield single, so no error. While there will be an error on the play because a runner would not have scored from third. Bristol Swanson moves up to third on the ground ball. It'll be an infield single for Briar Gibbon. Swanson will score on the error by the shortstop, Restad. And a run comes across the score. It's 4-1.
Yeah, nobody's on third.
And now here's a ball thrown away up the line, and that'll get a runner down to second base. Gibbon will take second. Now he's going to try for 3, and there will be no throw. It'll be an error again on Northern Cass. Now the ball's overthrown coming into the infield, but no damage done. So it's E1. Second error of the inning. 5 errors now for Northern Cass. 4-1 lead for the Vikings. The batter is Anders Huseman. He walked and scored a run in the first. Here's a pitch. Misses up. Ball 1. For Northern Cass, 1 run, 2 hits, and now 5 errors for the Kindred Vikings. 4 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. Runner on third base, 1-0 count. Swinging a high pop fly. Third base line. In foul territory, the third baseman comes over and makes a nice catch. That's Remington Burnside. I think I said he was a right fielder earlier. He's playing over at third. So Burnside goes over and makes a catch, first out of the inning. A foul pop-up. For the first out, T. Girdman steps up. He's 1 for 1. He laced an RBI single into right center field his first time. Eventually made his way over to third base, but was stranded there. That was in the first. 4-1 lead for the Vikings. Here's a pitch from Williams. Rocks and fires, fastball in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. 48 pitches thrown by Williams. For the Vikings, Isaac Johnson on deck. Now here's a 1-1 set. And the pitch. Fastball up. 2 balls and a strike. Coach Nick Eggman coaching over at third base. Jerry Doctor down the first base line. Coaching at first. Here's a pitch. Outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Teague hungry for another run batted in. Hitters count 3-1. Takes a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a pitch, swinging a line drive, base hit into left field. Erdman gets that run batted in. And it's a 5-1 lead now for the Vikings as Briar Gibbon comes across to score.
That brings up number 25.
RBI single, his second RBI single of the game for T. Girdman. That brings up Isaac Johnson. He reached on an error his first time. He's 0 for 1. 1 out, runner on first base. 5-1 lead for the Vikings. Here's the pitch. Ball upstairs. 1-0 the count. Every now and then the breeze picks up and it blows out to right field. With the flag just kind of dangling down over there. Throw over to first base. Back in time is Erdman. Eli Mack is on deck. Williams looks over at first base. And he kicks and fires. Pitches upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. And here's a 2-0 pitch. Kind of an off-speed, misses way up. 3 balls and no strikes. So far, Williams has given up the 5 runs, but only 1 run has been earned. And now a throw over to first base. It's not in time. 3-0 the count. Double zeros. Williams kicks and fires. Fastball misses. And he walked him. So Isaac Johnson reaches first base. Teague Erdman goes down to second base. Eli Mack steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to center field his first time up to end the first. 5-1 lead for the Vikings. Bottom of 3. 2 runs already in. 1 out. Couple of runners on base. Williams looking back at second base. Now he rocks and fires. Fastball's popped in the air. Third base side. Burnside comes over, makes a catch again. In foul territory. Second out of the inning. And that brings up Jake Lindemann. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to short to start the second inning. Looking to extend this inning, perhaps get a run batted in. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. Off speed. Almost hit him. It did hit him. That'll load the bases. Erdman to third. Isaac Johnson to second base. And Lindemann on first base with a hit by pitch. That loads him up for Carter Grunwald. He's got the bases loaded. He's 0 for 1 in this ball game. He flew out to left his first time up. Here's a set. Here's a pitch. Fastball in the dirt. This should score a run. There's going to be a play at the plate. No, there won't. And the throw is high. Now another runner is going to come and try to score. And the throw to the plate is not in time. So Erdman scores on the wild pitch. Isaac Johnson hustles around and scores on the error by the catcher. Another error for Northern Cass. That's error number 6. As the throw sailed past the pitcher. Lindemann did advance to second base on the wild pitch only. So a runner on second with 2 runs in, 2 more runs in. 4 runs this inning. It's 7-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball away. Ball 1. Ball 2, I should say. 2 balls and no strikes. Hitters count to Carter Grunwald. And here's the set. And the pitch. In there for a strike. Two and one the count. Jager Jordheim is on deck. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses in, and it gets away from the catcher. And Lindemann will scamper down to third base on the wild pitch. 3-1 the count to the batter. Number 3, Carter Grunwald. Grunwald is the extra hitter, batting in the 10th slot. Trying to extend the lead, trying to drive in some runs here. Takes a pitch up. He walked him. Brings us to the top of the order. That's Jager Jordheim, the left fielder. He's struck out and he's walked. And we're going to have a coach's visit to the mound to talk to Williams here. He has given up the 7 runs. By my count, I don't think any of the runs but 1 has been earned. So the coach is just out there talking to his pitcher. Looks like there will not be a pitching change, so it's 1 run, 2 hits, 6 errors for Northern Cass. Kindred Vikings, 7 runs, 4 hits, and the 1 error. I'm Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier bringing you baseball, and we're here the rest of the week as well.
Yeah, we have a lot of baseball coming up tomorrow night. Doubleheader for Legion A. Vikings take on Fargo Post 2 Jets. They're 3-3 in the division, and the Vikings are 3-5. So good baseball tomorrow night. Legion ball. Come on out and watch it. And then Friday, back here on Friday, Babe Ruth here again, taking on Hankinson at 6 and 8. Tomorrow night's Legion games are at 5:30 and 7:30.
Foul ball to Jaeger Jortheim. So come on out, watch the games, enjoy the concession stand, or watch the games on your live event, or both.
Yeah.
Here's a pitch. It's upstairs, ball 1.
There are a lot of people that sit in the stands and have their cell phones out and keeping tabs, watching and listening while you're here. You can do it both.
Carter Grunwald steals second base. Runners on second and third. And here's a 1-1 set. And the pitch. Gets away from the catcher. This should score another run.
Lindemann's coming home.
Lindemann will come across the score. Now it's 8-1. Grunwald did move up to third base on that same wild pitch. 2-1 the count to the batter, Jaeger Jortheim. Beckett Westby is on deck. 8-1 lead now for the Vikings as they drop 5 here in the bottom of the third, and they're still batting with the 2 outs. Here's a pitch from Williams. Off speed, misses away. 3 balls and a strike.
And Legion B, we should also say Legion B hits the road. They're going to do a game in Bismarck, and then on Friday do one in Jamestown. So we've got a lot of baseball for every level.
Here's a high fly ball into right center field, and that's going to drop in there for a hit. Jortheim on his way to second base. He's in there with an RBI stand-up double. Makes it 9-1 as Grunwald comes across to score. It was a high fly ball. I kind of assumed that the outfielders were going to get to it, but as I looked out there, it was kind of towards a gap and kind of in no man's land out there, and it fell in there for an RBI double for Jortheim. And here's the pitch. Right-handed batter, Beckett Westby. He's 0 for 2. He reached on an error in the first inning, scored a run, and popped out to second in the second inning. 9-1 lead for the Vikings. Here's the set, and the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch, off speed, swinging a ground ball, foul.
Coach Eggman's all over that one.
I think he'll be able to field this one clean. It came to a stop down there.
A stopped ball. Is it really fielding at that point, or just picking it up?
He's just picking up the ball, I suppose.
Yeah.
He's to be fair, he's got a good fielding percentage down there. This pitch is in the dirt, blocked nicely by the catcher. That's Ike Bush. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Coach Doctor, he missed one in the first game tonight and said he was due. He hadn't gotten one since early on in the season.
Now here's the set, and here's the pitch. Swinging a little pop-up over towards first base. Tough play, and it's going to get past the first baseman. I think that's an infield single. That's going to be a base hit for Beckett Westby. I don't think you give Gietzen an error on that. That's a tough play. He's got to try to catch that because he's not going to have a lot of time coming in hard like that, playing back. He's not going to be able to field the ball and go over to first base.
Yeah, now there are coaches coming out to do another visit at the mound.
Yeah, so there will be a pitching change. We'll take a break here. The Vikings lead it by a score of 9-1. They're still batting with 2 outs and runners at first and third, and we'll take a break, and we'll be back after this.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
And we're back. We got a straight switch. Third baseman Remington Burnside comes into pitch, and Colin Williams will move from pitcher over to third base. Here's a first pitch from Burnside. It misses away. Kind of a delayed steal for Beckett Westby. And he scampers down to second. Jordheim on at third base. Westby at second. There are 2 outs. Williams responsible for the runners on second and third base. Here's the pitch, off speed, laced into right field. That's down for a hit. A couple of runners are going to come across to score. Here's the throw to the plate. It's not in time. A 2-run single. That's a base hit. 2 runs comes across to score. And I believe that's a ball game on the 10-run rule as the Vikings win this one by a score of 11-1 after a 2-run single by Bristol Swanson, his second hit of the inning. And the Vikings win this one by 11-1. We'll have the Todd Wold CPA postgame show when we come back after this on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Welcome back to Kindred Varsity Field. This is the end of a doubleheader this evening where Kindred tops Northern Cass in both games. And it is time for the Todd Wold CPA post-game show. For any accounting requisitions from income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals or businesses, go online to wold-cpa.com.
Well, the Kindred Vikings win this one by a score of 11-1, and the Vikings offensively pounded out 6 hits on the night. So offensively, Jager Jordheim was 1 for 2 with a run scored and a run batted in. Bristol Swanson was 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in and a run scored. Briar Gibbon had a single and 2 runs scored. Teague Erdman was 2 for 2 with 2 runs batted in and a run scored. Defensively for the Kindred Vikings, Isaac Johnson will pick up the win. He goes 3 innings, allows just the 2 hits, 1 earned run, walks 3, and strikes out 6 batters in the ball game, as the Kindred Vikings pick up the win by a score of 11-1. Offensively for Northern Cass, Remington Birdside was 1 for 2 with a run batted in, and Mr. Gietzen added a single and a run scored for the lone run for Northern Cass. Colin Williams will take the loss for Northern Cass. He goes 2 2/3 innings, allows 5 hits, 11 runs, 6 will be earned according to Game Changer here. He walked 4 and did strike out a batter. Burnside came in and faced 1 batter, and that was that line drive 2-run single for Bristol Swanson to end the ball game, kind of in walk-off fashion, as the Vikings walk it off by a score of 11-1 with a 10-run rule after 3 innings when you play a 5-inning game. So I'm Mike Bernier. We're bringing you the Todd Wold postgame show. I'm joined by Wendy Bernier, and we're in the Todd Wold postgame show.
Yep, and we'll take a quick break and be right back with the Enbridge player of the game. Enbridge, life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. And we'll be back with that Enbridge player of the game right after this.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the R&J Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the R&J Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the R&J Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
And we're back in Kindred, and we have the Enbridge player of the game as the Kindred Vikings win this one by a score of 11-1 over Northern Cass. And our Enbridge player of the game is none other than Bristol Swanson. Bristol, you had a couple of hits tonight. How did it feel up at the plate tonight?
It felt good that I got to drive the ball the opposite way and sit back on the longer mounds.
Yep, and your first year at the Mid-Cass Babe Ruth level, How does it feel playing baseball at this level, and is it a huge change from the bigger bases, bigger mounds that you played on last year?
Yep, it is, because you get to watch play on the field that we got to watch when we were kids, and then just getting used to the longer base paths and the longer mounds.
Well, your Kindred Vikings come out and win a couple of games tonight. The first counter game we win by a score of 15-1. This game we win by a score of 11-1. And thanks to your base hit at the end of the ball game, we're leading by a score of 9-1. You step up with runners on base. You lace a base hit into right field, and a couple of runs scored, kind of in walk-off fashion as we win by the 10-run rule.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned it earlier. How did it feel up at the plate tonight, and were you seeing the ball well?
Yeah, I was seeing the ball pretty good. I was the first one to see that last pitcher, and I just sat back and drove it the opposite way to get the base hit.
And that was a nice day for you at the plate. You went 2 for 3. You scored a run, drove in those 2 runs, so 2 for 3 with a couple of runs batted in, including the walk-off hit as you walk away with a couple of victories tonight. How does it feel playing at this mid-cast level, and how does it feel playing with all these teammates?
It feels good that we get to play with the older guys again and just getting on the big field.
You're learning a lot from the older players. I know they're only a year older than you, but is it a good learning experience with the coaching staff and the players?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they got the 1-year experience ahead of us.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of fun. The Kindred Vikings earned an 11-1 win. So congratulations, Bristol, on the victory tonight and being named the Enbridge Player of the Game. Any shout-outs you want to do to anybody out there?
Shout out Jager Jordheim for the good base hit to start.
Awesome. So great job. Thanks for coming, and congratulations on the Enbridge Player of the Game.
Thank you.
We'll take a break, and we'll come back with the HTC connection of the game after this on yourliveevent.com.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Todd Wold CPA post-game show. It is time for the connection of the match, courtesy of HTC. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone, it's how to connect. HalsteadTel.com.
Well, the Kindred Vikings did pound out 7 hits in tonight's ball game, and a number of people to choose from on the scoreboard, but we decided to go with Mr. Jager Jordheim. He gets the connection of the ball game. He had the only extra base hit. That came in the top of the 3rd inning when he roped an RBI double into right center field, and that drove in a run as well, and continued and extended that lead for the Kindred Vikings as they win this one by a score of 11-1 in the second game of a doubleheader. And
yeah, it's fun to see those younger kids get out there and get the hits and be a part of the team and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a lot of fun. Bristol Swanson comes up here. He's the Enbridge Player of the Game, and he gets his first interview, and he does a great job, and it's kind of fun to watch these kids come up here. And
yeah, and his shout-out was to his teammate, Jagger, so they're always thinking of everybody else and being good teammates. That's really cool to see.
Well, absolutely, and we'll end this broadcast. Again, we do have more baseball for you tomorrow night and Friday night. And we'll bring you those games on yourliveevent.com.
Yeah, tomorrow night, Post 2 Jets are in town. So that is a big game for our Legion players. They're 3-on-3 in the East Division, and the Vikings are 3-5. That game here at 5:30. So we encourage everybody to come out and watch that baseball. And Friday night, Babe Ruth is back here against Hankinson. That one kicks off at 6.
Well, everybody, we'll end the broadcast. The Kindred Vikings come away and sweep this doubleheader over Northern Cass. And we'll end this broadcast. And it was great for everybody to join us, and hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast on yourliveevent.com. Have a good night.